Okay, work from home efficiently. So I guess this is our will be working from home for a couple more weeks, and I suspect that there will be a lot more opportunity to work remotely after this, because a lot of the probably events will be off for the next couple of months. So what we can do is to work from home. One of the option is to make use of the cloud ERP technology, the one that is with maximum automation. There are a lot of ERP out there. There are two things, I think. There are the old ERP technology, but there are a lot of the cloud-based ERP technology that will give you a lot more features, a lot more automation compared to previously. So I think I try to explore all these cloud ERP available out there. They will help you a lot. So this is part of the government effort on the SME business digitalization. I think you also have heard about the grant that the government give you 50% to grant to purchase the ERP system, the cloud ERP system, up to 5,000 ringgit. So try to look into that grant to help you to start with the ERP. So one thing which we need to look at is use the internet and mobile technology in managing the business operation. How do you get maximum benefit from digitalization? So this is how we are going to do that. So staff can work from home, from anywhere. So basically, there is the mobility part of the SME business digitalization. You can work from anywhere, use the technology. Previously, basically, maybe we don't feel it too much because we go to the office every day. But now, for example, when we are working from home, the use of this internet technology become quite crucial. I've heard some of my friends say, "Oh, I need to go to the office to run the payroll. Otherwise, my staff cannot get the salary." But you know, if you use this cloud technology, it doesn't matter where you are. You can still process your payroll and all that. So no need to go to the office. So I guess this work from home really put us to think of how the technology can help us to work from anywhere. This is the work from home. Using the cloud technology, you actually can work from home. You can work from your team can log in together, and your various department can get things operational, and you don't even have to be in the same building or in the same room. You could be from your home. So staff can share information instantly. Speed means that somebody do something, immediately the other staff get the information. This is what we call integration. The ERP, if you look at the ERP system, one of the things, the good thing about the ERP is integration. You have data integrated from the CRM to the accounting, invoicing, inventory, customer portal, and of course, Alvin was just now talking about business intelligence. You can look at the purchasing, you can look at budget, you can look at payroll, human resource, advance claim, and all that. So basically, integration is one of the key advantages of the ERP. You may be still using the very old PC-based technology, but I think you are not going to get this benefit of integration. So the cloud technology have this big advantage. Even for example, if you use the cloud technology, the integration between one cloud technology to another cloud technology actually is a lot easier compared to you try to integrate from the cloud technology to a PC-based technology. It's so difficult to do. So one thing which we want to do is can we increase productivity using the ERP? can you use a lot of automation to do the ERP? Yes. ERP have this kind of advantage where you can do a lot of automation. One thing about ERP or one thing about the cloud technology is the CPU power is almost unlimited. The memory, the one that's available to you or to the programmer, is almost unlimited. So you can do a lot of automation for you to actually to get the kind of productivity that you wanted. Nowadays, I think you know that the times will be tough. You need to have a lot of productivity from your staff in order for you to do a lot more work with as little manpower as possible. The same, if you look at this ERP, there's a lot of automation that is available in the ERP. You may be looking at automation, how to service your customer, look at customer portal. You can look at automation, how to do, you do invoicing and you don't have to do accounting at all. All your accounting report is automatically being done by the computer. You can look at all these the automation in the various area that in such a way that you actually can do a lot more work with minimum manpower. That's how I believe the ERP will help you. Look around for the various ERP out there, especially the cloud ERP, and ask from them these various features, because technically there is no limitation. I mean, there is no reason for them not to do all this, because technologically it can be done. So if you look at the future business, you are looking at business, the one that's efficient. Mobile means that they can do it from anywhere. Information is instantly available. One staff do it and you get the information. Integrated, all the departments are integrated. And of course, we are looking at the maximum automation. Maximum automation, I think, is something that a lot of the ERP should be looking at, where if things can be done by the computer, why you want the human to do it? That's the concept of, I guess, maximum automation. Then the manpower that you release, the man hours that you release from your staff can be used to do a lot more things, the one that computer cannot do. So let's work together on to transform your company's successes. So let's look into this. How do you get maximum benefit? So one thing is full integration between system, module, department, and staff. Means that we should move away from the concept of working in silo. Your staff do this, and then they have to give the paper to another department for them to key in again. Don't do that, because I think that is a wastage of man hour. So you should look into the full integration between system, module, department, and staff. And just now, one of the participants asking about price. Actually, nowadays, the cloud ERP is so affordable that it is a lot less than the salary of one of your staff. Probably is like you can start with 95% less cost compared to employing another salaried staff. So the full integration, one thing, the one that I want to look at is staff not working in silos, which means that if your staff are still working in silos, you still have a lot of inefficiency inside your company. Inefficiency means that your cost will be higher compared to your competitor. And nowadays, life is not easy. Life is tough. So you need to be very efficient. And how do you get maximum benefit? Full internet, mobile access. So full mobility, internet-based mobile app. And on the left, you can see that the mobile apps, we do a lot of these mobile apps because we know that a lot of you will be with your handphone going everywhere. We should make use of the handphone as one of our tools for the enterprise management, not only laptop, which means that if you want to do quotation, use your handphone. If you want to do invoice, you can use your handphone. You want to give receipt, you can use your handphone. I mean, and that is, I guess, how you can have this full mobility wherever you are. So accounting, for example, how do you get the maximum benefit from the ERP for accounting? implement the automation from sales to accounting, which means that your sales guy will do the invoicing, for example. That's it. The computer will do the debit credit in the accounting, and like this, for example, your sales guy do their normal work. They do their invoice, they receive payment, they give receipt. But then you don't have to do any accounting. Means that all the debit to debtor or credit to revenue, or when you receive the money, you credit the debtor and you debit the bank. All this debit and credit will be automatically being done by the computer. You don't have to do anything. So basically, you have 100% saving in your accounting department if you do this automated accounting. Why not? Why would we want to spend a lot of our time doing debit and credit when the computer can do it for you? So that's I would say the thing that we need to think of, how we have maximum benefit from the ERP. When you talk to the ERP vendor, ask them for these various features, because it will help you to, number one, to reduce your cost. Number two is to speed up your report. You don't have to wait until at the end of the month to look at your P&L or balance sheet or cash flow. So another one is the implement customer self-service. If you have a lot of customers, for example, customer will call you to ask information about your quotation, about your invoice, about the receipt, and about the history, their last 2 months order and all that. And you have to put people to help them, right? But then why can't you just implement the customer portal? So the ERP, the modern ERP will give you this feature of the customer portal. Your customer can log in inside their own portal. They can click to look at your quotation. They can click to look at your invoice. They can click to look at the receipt and all that. I mean, so you actually can save probably 80% or 90% of your customer service department, because they actually can log in and find information themselves. And then you actually have, either you can reduce your manpower in this, or the customer can get their support 24 hours a day. I think this is a much improvement in the way we use our manpower. So I would say that this would increase customer satisfaction, then this will also increase your staff productivity. So ask for your ERP supplier to make sure that they give you this part. Most of the modern ERP people believe this sort of concept should be given to the customer rather than ERP as a back end only. You look into the staff portal. Staff portal is not new. Most of the big company already have staff portal, but most of the SME still do not have staff portal. So I would suggest that when you purchase the ERP, make sure that you ask for the staff portal. All your staff would have their own, the staff have their own portal where they actually can, their leave, their advance, their claim, their pay slip, everything is from the staff portal. The next one is if you are on the sales side, for example, look at the sales staff KPI. In the ERP, there's one section called sales staff KPI, the sales funnel. So look into implementing this. Basically, it will help your sales department to work much better. And another one is in the ERP, there is a section called sales automation, basically from the quotation to invoice. And it would take your sales staff a few seconds to build quotation, or to do the order acceptance, or to do the delivery order, or to issue the invoice, or to issue the receipt. It will just take a few seconds. So basically, this is how you can save a lot of time for your sales staff, more productivity for your staff. So the ERP on this is, I would say, help a lot on your sales team. When you look at the ERP or the CRM, look also at the account management. Means that you must have the customer history. what is your quotation to them, how much business you have with them, how much cash flow coming from them, how much the order coming from them, what are your various notes, the one that your sales people write about them, and all that. Your customer is actually your biggest asset. So if you don't keep the customer data, I think you are missing something very, very big in your sales team. So when you use the ERP, try to look at the CRM as part of your requirement. Traditionally, I know, for example, 20 years ago, the ERP are only focusing on the accounting, human resource, payroll, but they really don't focus on the CRM. But I think the modern ERP would put CRM as a very big part of the ERP. So look into this when you get your CRP system. Of course, inventory tracking is also part of the ERP. This is traditional. A lot of the ERP already have inventory tracking, but I would like you to look into that, because inventory, if you don't have inventory, you cannot get sales. If you have too much inventory, you lost a lot of money, or your product could be already obsolete already. So look at which inventory high turnover or not moving and all that. So look into the inventory tracking also. So automated invoicing is something that you should be looking at. If you have hundreds of invoicing, for example, your accountant will spend a lot of time every month. You may have to employ one clerk just to do the invoicing. I think this is automated invoicing can be done by ERP, so you can save a lot of time. And of course, I mean, you may listen, oh man, how people want to work when everything is automated, correct? But I guess this is how the technology is, means that we need to put our people to do something, have more productivity, and things that can be done by the computer, let the computer do it. They don't forget this automated invoicing. You tell the computer, okay, I want the invoice to go out by the first of the month, yes, it will go out. And you tell them to go out at 12 midnight, it will go out 12 midnight. The computer don't go for, sick leave or anything. So look into the CRM. I already show you just now the mobile app for CRM. A lot of the ERP already added mobile application to their application. Mobile is something that you and me bring every day. We always come back to our house if we forgot to bring our handphone. You can see how important it is. And handphone is supposed to be part of your sales tools. So look into the mobile app for your CRM. And marketing, for example, just now we talked about the Facebook marketing. Try to automate your advertisement from the Facebook to the leads database in your CRM. So when your potential customer click from the Facebook, the data can immediately go to your database. So you save a lot of time of your staff trying to do it manually into the database. So there is also facility for this if you use the cloud ERP system. You ask for your supplier for this. And this is your Facebook advertisement. And then when somebody click and it goes into your database, save a lot of time. Of course, you can also look at the automated email response, for example, means that, if you have 300 click and then each and every one of them, you need to have one staff to do the email response. I think it will take her probably half a day to actually respond to the email. Why don't you automate the email response? Nowadays, this is how the cloud ERP extend the feature, the function, the one that is probably the traditional ERP will not take care of, but I think the modern cloud ERP will take care of this part also. So you can have automated email response. Imagine you have hundreds and hundreds of email, or hundreds and hundreds of people click your Facebook advertisement, and you have the computer to help you to actually to do the email response. And the email response can be designed in such a way that for different type of, for example, under the sales funnel, different level, your email response will be different. You can do that also. The computer is very good in doing this, and they can do it at any time you like. Maybe we can just put it at 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe, if you like, or whatever time. So marketing, for example, this is something which I would recommend. I think Alvin or the previous speaker already talked about the landing pages. When you advertise, for example, accounting, your landing pages have to be talking about accounting. The same, I mean, you will have a lot of landing pages depending on what you advertise. So don't hide your information about your product inside. You know, the customer, probably they will just go for a few minutes to your landing pages. If they don't get it, they will get out. So I think all your effort will be less wasted if you don't provide the correct landing pages for your advertisement keyword. So look into that. Okay, so one thing, if you have a lot of the bank transaction, try to implement the automated bank reconciliation. Basically, if you are a small company, your bank reconciliation is being done manually by your accountant. Basically, they just click one by one. But if you have hundreds, we actually have customers, the one that have thousands and thousands of bank transaction a month. So we actually use the automated bank reconciliation. So probably 95% of the bank recon can be done within a few minutes, for example. So you save a lot of time. Well, the idea is not that we don't want human to do work, just that the idea is if the computer can do the work more efficiently than human, I think we should ask the computer to do it. So we reallocate our human resource to do something else that the computer cannot do. So, of course, now we are looking at the business intelligence part. There are a lot of financial ratio, the one that is provided by the system, by the ERP for you. And for example, I show one of the financial ratio is the debtor turnover number of days. SME, chances are they are not looking at financial ratio every month. I think they are just too busy doing debit and credit. But I guess now, since you are looking at a lot of the debit and credit is already being done automatically by the computer, then our accountant would have more time to talk to the CEO, to help the CEO trying to analyze what's going on. So I guess the financial ratio, if you have not been looking at your financial ratio, now is a good time to look at. The ERP actually give the financial ratio on the monthly basis, and there's a lot of financial ratio available for you. So I know SME, maybe you are not looking at it, but try to look at it. It will give you a lot of insight to how your business go. So human resource, for example, try to look at the mobile application. Even we have people using the handphone for the attendance, for example, they check in, they check out, and all. The handphone have the GPS, so you know where the location is. So try to maximize the use of your handphone. So if you look at before, for example, there are just too many manual processes that make your operation sluggish. Operation is in silo and data sharing is manual mode, very slow. But when you use the ERP, you should be looking at the processes automation. The modules are linked to other modules. Data are available to all team members instantly. This is, I guess, how the ERP can help you to become a lot more efficient, a lot more competitive. And I guess for the next couple of months, I got a feeling that we need to focus on productivity. We need to focus on efficiency. We need to focus on able to do work from anywhere you are. So I guess the ERP can help you a lot. So I'll just go through very fast this about we actually developed our product ERP called Office Central. There's a huge number of modules inside that. There are of accounting, HR, payroll, CRM, and there's a lot of feature inside the system. We believe in maximizing the use of or the power of the cloud and mobile technology to give the user a lot more benefit from using the ERP system. We are not the traditional concept of the ERP. A lot of visualization, a lot of dashboard. A lot of the CEO like to have this type of presentation, a lot of visualization. So of course, there are many advanced solutions that we do. We have budget, we have investment, we have asset. We also have the KPI module. We also have performance module. We even have the EQ module, emotional intelligence. For the IR 4.0, you may be looking at to measure the EQ of your staff, for example. So you can plan your training based on the staff EQ. Of course, you can cover this at some other time. So we are doing a lot of things. One thing is automated invoicing, and where this is automated billing, for example, we will be linking to a bank. So basically, when you do automated billing, the bank will pay you the money every month rather than you have to wait for the money. So that's one of the things inside our schedule now. And of course, milestone, for example, when you have a lot of project, you have a lot of milestone, and sometimes you forget or you delay your milestone invoice that give you a problem with your cash flow. So we will be launching this milestone invoicing, for example. A lot of our customers, there are thousands and thousands of users using big and small, and doesn't matter your SME or big or even cooperative, for example, they are using the ERP. They are using the various smartphone application that we have. I'm already finishing the presentation, so this is just some of the picture of our team here in Malaysia. We actually have office in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in India, and a lot of our customers give us a good testimony. So get value for money for your ERP. The objective is to increase your sales, to enable your staff to work from anywhere, and the objective is to increase your staff productivity. So get in touch with me if you have more information or you need more information, and if you have any question, let me know.
So much, Aziz, for sharing your thoughts about ERP. And I think there was a lot of questions. I think some of your questions are answered by your team. I think Iswan answered most of your questions.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. But if you really like to answer any of one of the questions, I think let us know. But mostly, I think Iswan from your team has answered the question.
Fantastic. Yeah, if you already answered.
Yeah. So if you guys have any more questions that is directly, if you like to ask Aziz, do let us know. You can ask here. If no questions, I think, oh, there's one question. EFT from accounting. That's all the question.
Can you repeat again?
FT from accounting. That's all the question.
I can't.
Can you generate bulk payment using EFT?
Oh, I see. Bulk payment. Actually, bulk payment is quite normal for most of the ERP software because, every month they actually have, for example, to pay the payroll, correct? The system can actually generate the text file, the one that is recognized by the bank. They just send the text file and they actually can pay all the various stuff, the salary, right? The same thing if you are paying a lot of the other suppliers, for example, you can use that. Even the CIMB or Maybank, they actually have this option for the encryption, where you actually can generate the encrypted file and send the encrypted file. The ERP can do that. You should ask when you purchase the ERP, ask for this feature. They should have it.
Okay. Does the system integrate with the bank to have real-time bank fee?
That's very a lot of the SME wanted that, but unfortunately, a lot of the bank don't allow ERP to talk direct to the bank. I wish it is possible, but I guess Malaysia is a little bit conservative on that. I've seen some other countries, the bank are more friendly to ERP to actually have the linkage to the bank. I think it will come to Malaysia soon.
Okay. And how do I choose an ERP suitable for my company? There are so many different types.
Yes, there are many ERP. I think you should ask the ERP vendor your business and see whether the ERP is suitable for them. But the cloud ERP now is so cheap that you can try it, and you can try it for 1 month for free. Just try it and go through it, go to the demo and see whether it works for you. It's not like last time the ERP is only for the rich guy, correct? But now the ERP actually is available for all the SME, and you can start the complete ERP for like 100 ringgit a month. I mean, it's just so cheap nowadays.
One of the question, like 2 questions related to the pricing in terms of what is your price for SMEs and enterprise? ERP price, software price for SMEs and enterprise.
Basically, what makes software or ERP software expensive is actually the customization. So what normally the ERP company do is for the SME, they will give them the standard version, the one that without customization. And even without customization, the power is so incredible that they actually can benefit a lot from that. So use the standard ERP version, and the cost for the whole complete set of the accounting, HR, payroll, CRM, finance, and all that is only ringgit a month for you to use all the module. And don't go for the customized ERP for if you are a small company, because it costs a lot for the customized ERP.
Okay, I think that answered 2 questions, and one more question is how mature is imaging workflow? Can any of the accounting document being scanned and insert automatically? OCR.
Oh, I see. There are 2 things. A long time ago, when people designed the ERP, one of the biggest limitation is actually the CPU power and the memory. So they have excluded the function of uploading the image inside. For example, if you receive invoice and all that, they exclude that function. But nowadays, for example, a lot of the ERP in the cloud, there is no limitation on the memory. There's no limitation on the CPU. So they actually allow the upload of the various documents. For example, when you receive invoice, you upload the invoice. When you submit your claim, you upload the claim. So basically, you can see the trend of the ERP nowadays is to allow all this uploading of the various documents into the cloud. And of course, the next one is the OCR, correct? I think OCR still, I would say, something that is explored by the ERP, how to get the more accurate OCR. I think OCR, the one thing which we need to look at is the accuracy. When you look at numbers, for example, when you scan your invoice, make sure that the numbers don't change. So I guess the ERP people are trying to look at that part. Uploading of the image, I think, is not a problem. Only the OCR part, because trying to read the numbers can be an issue, because if you don't get good accuracy, it can cause you a problem.
Okay, that's one question was sent to me privately. How much is it if I have 20 staff in my office? Do you charge by company or by number of staffs?
Basically, there are 2 parts. One is, for example, when you have that 100 ringgit a month. Basically, that cost is only for the managers because managers go to all the module. But if you are only a staff level, for example, which you use very limited function, your cost is like 90% less. So basically, one user for the manager is equivalent to 10 user for the staff. So the cost is very, very little.
Okay. Okay. And I think we have two more questions, and then I think we can wrap up your session. And what are the differences between SAP and Oracle, NetSuite, Tier 1 ERP, and Office Suite?
Basically, you know, the ERP, the most expensive ERP and the most popular is actually the SAP and Oracle. I mean, most of the big company, they spend millions and millions of ringgit paying for the SAP, and SAP is good. But unfortunately, for people like us on the small, medium enterprise, we don't have that kind of money, right? So I guess we are the group, the one that enable the small, medium enterprise to actually use the kind of power, the one that the big company are. I mean, they have been using this for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, correct? Whereas the SME still, because of the cloud technology, I think the SME have the kind of opportunity, this huge power, the one that the big company already used to. So I guess the expensive one, they are still ERP, but the smaller, the cheaper one, they are still ERP, and they are still probably as powerful as the big one. Anyway, you should try it.
Okay. I think one last question. Does it have OCR function to auto-read supplier invoices and receipts?
For the Office Center, for example, at this stage, we don't put in the OCR function yet. We are studying it. Our biggest worry is the accuracy. I guess we do a lot of automation, and one of the things under our research is that basically can we get the accuracy that we want in such a way that when our user use it, they actually have the perfect data. Not yet. Not for the time being.
Okay. I think with that, thank you so much, Aziz, for sharing your inputs into this topic. I think everyone who's at home currently, your information, everyone who are running SMEs especially, will be very, very useful. So thank you so much for your time and for sharing your input and knowledge into this topic.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you to all of you. And I hope you all benefit from this.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.